Shopping was done, mistakes were made. This is the story of a Resell. Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if it's your first time here. I have a haul for you from Goodwill. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I have a love-hate relationship with Goodwill in my town because it never really has anything good. But y'all, I went to Goodwill on a Tuesday and there was a few people in there, but not nearly as crowded as it usually is. And I was able to find, I think, four or five things. Check out, nobody in line, check out, and leave. Also, I know I'm a little behind. I mentioned this in another video, but is your Goodwill or where are you at, they no longer use bags, right? I always forget that and I don't take a bag in with me. And like a recyclable bag, and I don't buy one when I'm in there. But luckily, because their items are kind of like saran wrapped, because I bought 2 sets of mugs, which I'm going to show you. Luckily, because they're kind of saran wrapped, I was able to just kind of like pile it up and walk to the car like this, and nothing got broken. Thank goodness. First of all, it was like Valley of the Dolls in there. Never seen so many baby dolls in there. Wasn't in the market for that. Went over to the dishes and I saw this really cool butter keeper, like a little, butter container, and it had a cow on it. It looked like clay colored. I knew it was vintage. I could tell it said made in the USA, but I looked it up and it really wasn't going for a lot, so I put that back. These wooden carved elephant heads, I was trying to see if they said made in Kenya or anything. I thought they were kind of neat, and there was also 2 metal ones in there. It looked like they were like little racks where you could put something on their trunk. I thought that might have been a good thing. So I kept scanning the aisles and I didn't get a whole lot of footage in here, guys. It started to get crowded, but luckily there was nobody in line, and I did check out with some things that I am going to show you. So that is good. I spotted these coffee mugs. Okay. And I don't think they're going to show up on camera for you, but you can see the inside is off-white. The outside is the most delicious, beautiful light green that I've ever seen. It's just so pretty. It's just like a little sherbety green, not even that dark. And the reason they caught my eye, I like the shape, the design, and everything. And then when I turned them over, I was like, oh yeah, it's Wedgwood. Okay, so not like the old Wedgwood, but this one is like, I think 1998, but it was the weekday weekend collection, Queen's Wear, made in England, Wedgwood. So it is good china, and I just thought it was like a really pretty color for spring, and I picked these up. Now this was 3 cups for $2, and I think that was a great bargain. And then I saw some more green. I know, guys, I don't know, it's my year of green. I don't know what the deal is, but these were a set of 4 very bright colored green mugs. You know, when you go to Goodwill, they have them all like saran wrapped together. But the whites are, the inside are white. The handle is white. And when I picked them up, I said, bam, F&F, which is the Fitz and Floyd symbol. And Fitz and Floyd sells very well for me. And I knew they were good quality mugs. Here's the thing. When I Googled these, I Google lensed to see if these were selling like the Fitz and Floyd. I couldn't find any Fitz and Floyd like this, not in this size. I could find a shorter cup in the Fitz and Floyd green, because I want to say these were probably 80s, maybe could be early 90s. But what I did find when I Google lensed this, what kept popping up was Kate Spade, the color collection like this. She has some bright colored mugs, green ones just like this. I'm talking identical, like the shape, the handle, everything identical, Kate Spade. And which of course was not vintage, but I was like, wow. And she sells her stuff like they were probably like $80, $90, okay? But for a set of, I don't know, 4, 6, I'm not sure. But they look just like these. So if Kate Spade ones are popular, my thinking was these might be popular, even though they're Fitz and Floyd and they're not Kate Spade. I mean, who's going to know if they're designer cut? It's not like you invite people over and you're like, oh, did you see? This is a Kate Spade. No, nobody does that. But I hope you don't. But anyway, so I thought these were real good bargain. 4 of these for $4. Then I came around in the wood section and I saw these. Now, these are not for resale. These are very thin. They're like what I call gingerbread trim. There is a name to these, Gorbles, I think. I don't know. There's a name. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. But I've been looking for these for my kitchen cabinet. I wanted to, and I ordered some, funny story, looking for these, and I ordered some on Amazon because I was trying to redo that cabinet, and I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. And I was almost sure that I measured, guys. I was almost positive that I measured that I needed about 12 inches, whatever it was. And when they came, they were this big. As you can see, it's too small. So anyway, I laughed so hard when I opened these up because this reminds me of there used to be a sitcom called The Middle. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but where they order a new dining room table. And they order a new dining room table that's like a deal that's just like too good to pass up. And when it comes, it's like doll furniture size. And so I thought that was hilarious because I was like, this is something I would do. And I did do it. So I will use these as trim pieces on something. These are really great because they're flat on the back. If you want to glue them on something, like a cabinet or something as trim, and I may do that. But I found these at Goodwill for $1, and there were 2 of them. They just need to be painted, and they're thin enough that I can use them in the corners of my cabinet. It'll be kind of like this. I'll show you where I'm going to use them. But so I got that. That is for me, not for resale. I don't know if you can see. This is the cabinet where I got these to go. I'm going to put these because, and then of course I'll paint them white, but they'll go in each corner on here, and I think those will look really good. So you can see these were not going to work. I'm moving right along. And then I saw over in the pictures, I saw this picture of Jesus. And this is an older print. So this is a 1940s lithograph. I'll put up the name because I always forget how to say it. It's something Kribel and Bates, I think. It's a very well-known likeness of Jesus that you see in churches. This is what I remember in my Sunday school. This was on the walls of my Sunday school. It's old because the frame is old. It's like a carved frame, very good condition. And the backing is this cardboard backing, and I can tell that this is actually old as well. And then it just has this little jute string for hanging. Religious things do well. Now my husband always says, every time I pick something up like this, my husband always says, you can't sell Jesus. You can't sell Jesus. It's like, he thinks that you shouldn't sell things like this, that you should just give them away. And I understand that. I totally understand that. Also, people collect this and they like to have it in their homes. Some people decorate with this that are not even really religious. They just like religious type artwork. So I think this will do well, and I am going to sell it. Last but not least, I found this really pretty ornate brass picture holder, and it collapses so you can fold it up or unfold it. And I picked this up for $1. And the reason I did, I don't know if I will sell it, although I do think things like this sell. Actually, Jesus fits in there probably. Well, he sure does. Okay. But I do think people are looking for things like this. Sometimes they're harder and harder to find when they look like this. It's very ornate, very antique looking. And I think this will do great. So I am probably going to sell this good little item that sometimes you don't think about reselling, but things like this do really well because people will look online if they need something like this and they can't find it anywhere else. So that was all I got at Goodwill, and I don't even think it was $20. Yay for me, Goodwill, you get another reprieve. Next stop was, these were not on the same day, but over the weekend we went to an estate sale. It was very close to my house. It's a company that we get their emails, so we knew it was the first day of the sale. So we knew things were not going to be marked down, but we just wanted to run in there when it wasn't busy and see what we can find. So in an estate sale, I just kind of run through and grab stuff off the walls, and that's exactly what I did. As soon as I walked in, I saw these. And they're the Dart Industries, which is along the same lines as Sirocco, Burwood, Home Interior. They're the plastic, and they have their date on the back there in the Roman numerals. And these were really great condition. I think someone may have touched up the gold because the original gold on these was not this shiny. and I can kind of see a little bit of residue of paint on the back. But whoever did it did a great job, and I've sold these several times. They're kind of like the Grecian Victorian style, and this has like a little bit of an iridescence to it, off-white iridescence. I think I spent $10 on these. This little kitty cat at the estate sale, and this is a little, he's got little jeweled eyes and like a hollow bottom. He's heavy, and this is, of course, as you know, it's a little ring holder that you sit on your dresser. Cute little retro. And I've sold several of these too. They sell really well. Another little brass cat, which we've kind of taken them apart, but I'll try to hold them together if I can get that. I don't know if I can get that back in. But anyway, it's a little brass cat Elgin watch. That's a watch. And it's like he's looking down in the fishbowl, and it's got like blue at the bottom where it's like the water. And so it was in really great condition, but we didn't know if it worked. We figured it probably needed a battery. So my husband took this part out, because you have to take the face of the clock, the little watch out, in order to open it to put in a new battery. So it does need a new battery. I have not gotten a battery yet, but as soon as I do, I will resell that. I want to say my husband might have spent $10 for that. And I think it really, once we looked them up, they weren't going for a whole lot. And so that's when I'm gonna say mistakes were made. Also at the estate sale, because you're pulling stuff off the wall, I found these, also probably home interior, and they are the very lightweight little birds. There's one that has his wings spread like this, and then two that have this kind of wing spread. And they have like that tricolor, like tin. It's very thin, and they have the little thing on the back where you can hold them, put them on the wall. This is where I think I got juked too, and this might have been a mistake. So they had, one of them was hanging in the living room, and these two were hanging in the bedroom, but I knew it was a set. So she had $5 on this one, and these didn't have a price on them, so I'm assuming they all went together. So I got the ones from the bedroom, brought them to where the lady was checking out. I think I'm holding him upside down. He goes like this. Anyway, brought them to the register when we got ready to check out, and I said these did not have, I was trying to be honest. I'm always trying to be honest. I'm never going to be dishonest. I said this one had a price on it, these didn't. I'm assuming they go together. And she said, yeah, I believe they do. So she wrote down the price. Well, I didn't realize until after we left, she charged me $5 a piece for these. 5, 10, 15. That's too much. These didn't catch it. And by the time we caught it, we were in the car, and I was just like, you know what? Just forget it. Because we are a part of their email thing, which is where you just give them like a secret word. They email you a secret word, and then you tell them the secret word on the first day of the sale, and you get 20% off. So I did get 20% off of my entire purchase. So, you know, it's still a little bummed. You've got to watch people when they check you out, because, especially estate sales, because they just be writing it down. They don't really got to register, and they can really make some mistakes and flub you up. And last thing we got at the estate sale were these candle holders. And honestly, I would not have bought these. I don't know what they are. I don't think they're worth very much. They're just kind of like, they've got butterflies on them. They're pretty, but they have, look how dusty they are. They have like where you can put like a pillar shaped candle on them. I mean, I'll sell them, but I don't know that they're worth a whole lot. And my husband got these, like pulled them off of the wall when we were at the register. So I don't know. We'll see how these do. I'll let you know. After the estate sale, we then went to a place that is near my town called Miss Rhonda's Antiques. And I don't do well in there. It's a big place, and I like to go. I don't normally find a whole lot for resale in there, just because the prices are more retail. But I went in there thinking, you know, let's give it a shot. parking lot, they had a couple people, like a junk guy. We'll call him a junk guy because basically he just has like all this stuff laying on a table. It's all like $1 and it's like covered with dust and grime. It's great. It's really great. So my husband started picking up stuff. He saw this little plate and he picked it up. It was $1. It's, you know, kind of like the Asian motif. I don't know how much these are worth, but I mean, it was $1. And then he saw this plate that was in this box and we picked it up because it was $1 and it had a really pretty scene on it. I've seen these before. It's the spring courier knives, you know, and if you've seen these, they have all the seasons usually, but this was spring and it was only $1. It still had its little certificate of authenticity, the original box, and a little plate holder, I think. Then we went inside and I always like try to look for the booths that are running a sale. And we saw a booth that was running a sale 50% off. And he had a lot of like things in their original boxes as well. And this is the Swedish modern avocado green chip and dip set by Anchor Hockey. And I want to say he had $15 on it. And then of course we got it for 50% off. Chip bowl. And it still has its original little sticker. And the dip bowl, and then it has this little thing that goes with it that I'm sure you've all seen these, where you just put it on the side like that, and then this little lip goes under here and that holds your dip. If this didn't sell, I would use this. You don't sell for like a huge amount, but with it having all its parts in good condition and also the box, some people love like the original box on these vintage items. So in that booth for 50% off, I saw this sweet little oil lamp, and I've seen these before. The reason I love it is because the color. Look at that, it's so pretty. It's like an iridescent purple, pinkish purple. It is like a Florida souvenir. It has Florida with the little flamingo, but of course all of that sells really well for me. The flowers are still in really great shape on the top. The glass is still in really great shape. It's a little dusty and it still has its little wick. It doesn't have any oil in it, but I'm assuming that it would still work if you put oil in it. Has its little knob, works really well. And I want to say this was $12, but it was in the 50% off booth, so I got it for $6. And I like that it looks like a little genie lamp. It's just so cute, so pretty. And this is that, I've seen that as well. It's like that dragon type Asian look, and I forget the name. I can put it on here if I see it, but and then it also has its original sticker. I don't know if I'll sell this. It was only $1. It was just a little, it's a little ornament, and it's like, it's a name on it there. That little name. I knew that was made in Italy, and someone wrote on it right here, and then the sticker kind of came off, but it's made in Italy, and I just thought it was really pretty. So I'm not sure I will sell this just because it does have writing on it and someone took the sticker off, but I might keep it just because I like to collect ornaments and I think it's kind of pretty. The next two things I got at this antique store, I messed up. The first one, this Elvis Presley salt and pepper shaker. Immediately caught my eye because it's pink. It's not super old. It's like 1990. I thought it was in really good condition. Saw it sitting up there on the shelf. Picked it up. I said, hey, we'll get this because it was, I think, $12. Yeah, I think it was like $12, and it was, this one wasn't 50% off, it was 20% off. And I thought, okay, well, that's not too bad. It's still got its stand. You can take these off. It's the plastic stand and everything, right? So just picked it up, gave it a once over, kind of like this, gave it, you know, took it up front. They wrapped it up and everything. I bought it, got it home, and realized, wah, wah, this one looks like it got too close to the stove and it has turned or been burnt or turned brown. This one's fine, but this one, I didn't even see it. I normally inspect these things pretty well, but it was turned around this way. Honestly, I should have seen it, but I didn't. And really crazy that me or my husband, neither one saw it. Somebody might still want it. I can try to get that off, but I think it's not going to come off. I really do think it's like a burn mark or something, but anyway, you live and learn. Mistakes were made. But I do think it's a cute set. So then in another booth, I saw this vase sitting high up on the shelf, and I thought, oh, it might be like that splatterware. It has a really pretty design in it. I mean, you can tell it's old by the coloring, and it has like a little bit of gold in it, right? Well, I picked it up, I looked on the bottom, and I didn't have my reading glasses on, and I thought it said like California pottery or something, which is not unheard of. They make a lot of stuff like this. I went ahead and got it because it was on sale, and I was like, oh, it's pretty. You know, I was like, if I don't sell it, I can use it in something. I really like this splatter design. Got home and realized this is a liquor decanter. Google lensed it, and I was like, it's a liquor decanter. It's like a Jim Beam liquor decanter. Now it is old, it's vintage. It has missing its lid. It had like a lid that was really pretty. I'll put on the screen what it's supposed to look like. And then when I got to where I could actually read at the bottom, I don't know if that's upside down, you will see on the bottom that it says at the top, it starts off with federal law prohibits. And I was like, if I'd have seen that, here's your tip. If you don't know, if you're a reseller, you probably do. If you're just getting started, maybe you don't. If you find a bottle or anything and it doesn't have a sticker, it doesn't have anything indicating what it is, but you see on the bottom that it says federal law prohibits and then some numbers and some jargon like that, but then also says like the pottery company. If you see that federal law prohibits thing, it's more than likely a liquor decanter. So if I'd have seen that, I would have known, but I didn't pay any attention and I got blindsided by the pink, to be honest. So this is something that I messed up on because it being a liquor decanter, in my experience in my store, it does not sell very well. Someone may want it as just a vase, and I would use it as a vase, but it just depends. I don't think it's as desirable as I thought it might have been had it just been like a piece of pottery. Let me break in here to say real quick that after researching that liquor decanter a little bit more, I did see them selling for like $65 to $85. So I don't know, maybe it wasn't a mistake, but however, I do not have the lid for it. But we're going to see what happens. I just wanted to put this in here because I was acting like I was so disappointed because in my experience, it meant that it wasn't going to sell for that much, but I could be wrong on this. So I'll keep you informed. And then the only other two things we got there, these were, they were marked $2, but they were also 50% off. And they are the little die cast miniature pencil sharpeners. And these sell really well. We've sold several of these, and especially if they come in their original box, little die cast miniatures. And then the bottom is a pencil sharpener. So, and this one's kind of cool. We put up the little door, and that's where you put the pencil in to be sharpened. And then this one was a little cement mixer, and this turns. They usually have movable parts on them. So this one, and then the pencil sharpeners on the bottom. So I think I can get my money back on these. And that is all I bought. I hope if you are a reseller that your business has been booming. If you're not and you're just here because you like to see shopping hauls or whatever, I'm so glad you're here and I hope you're doing well. I hope you are taking care of yourself and being kind to yourself. I hope that you found something entertaining or informative or, I don't know, enjoyable in this video. I hope you'll come back for another video very soon. Until then, please take care of yourself and I'm going to see you very soon in the next video. Bye.